Today I wanted to show you how to fill the gaps on your Reaper miniatures. On this eye beast I'm doing for one of my patrons. It has some nasty little gaps and I'm going to fill them in. For filling in the gaps there's many things you can use. You've got a epoxy putty, you've got the Games Workshop Liquid Greenstuff, or you can use the two-part mould from Reaper miniatures, and Games Workshop also do the same. Because the gap on the eye beast is not too large, I'm going to use the Liquid Greenstuff from Games Workshop. All you need for that is a little sculpting tool and some tissue to wipe off the excess. So all you do is you take your putty, get your sculpting tool. It's quite thick, so you can apply it to your sculpting tool quite easily, like so. And then all we do is we go to the gap and apply it to the gap. This hardens as strong as plastic, so it's very good to use. So all you're doing is you go along the line where you want filled, so now I've filled in all my gap across the eye beast. All we need to do now, while the liquid green stuff is still wet, is I just go over with a little tissue just to take off the excess, and it will bring the liquid green stuff down to the mould, so you're not going to lose any detail. It can look a bit messy, but it doesn't matter. So all you're doing is taking off any excess that hides any detail. And then you'll be ready to base coat and continue painting. It dries quite fast, but I normally leave it for the day. There we are. So that's the gap disappeared, and this wee guy is ready for painting. For your larger minis, like this huge beast, we shall use the two-part mix. As you can see on the back there, there's quite a considerable gap, so we're going to use the two-part mix and we're going to fill the gap with that. So I'll show you how to do this now. All you need to do is cut off a piece of the putty. So I've got my little piece of putty, and all you do then is you knead it together, and you keep on squishing it together until the whole putty becomes one colour, which will be green. And it does take a little while. You just keep folding it together and you roll it. So you want the whole of the mixture nicely mixed together. You normally get maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes before this starts to harden once it's mixed. But once it's mixed, we just apply it to our miniature. So keep on kneading until the whole colour has gone green, and then you know it's ready. Once you apply it to your miniature, it can take 24 hours to set totally, so I just add it to the gaps and then leave my miniature a few days, and you're ready to carry on painting. It's quite tacky. It gets warm in between your fingers, makes it more pliable. There we are. And that's your little ball ready for applying to your miniature. So what we do now is we take our miniature and rolling out a little line of putty. Take a bit off, and all we do is put it into the gaps, like so. Get your sculpting tool and you can push it in. Just take that excess off there. It's the same as using the air hardening clay, where once you've applied all your putty where you want it, just wet your finger with a little bit of water and then go over the putty, and I'll make it a nice smooth finish. So I'm just going over the whole gap. It's very simple to do, like so. I'm not going to get my finger in there, so what I'm going to do is use this tool here and wet the end with some water. There we are. And then I'll just use it to smooth over. There we are. Just use it to smooth over the putty, and that will blend it all nicely in with the rest of the miniature. There we are. And that's it. It's simple as that. And that's your gap gone. And once you've done your undercoat, you won't see that at all. So I've finished applying all my two-part putty. All you need to do, if need be, once the putty is dried, you can use a fine sandpaper and you can sand it down if it's too rough a finish. And that's all you need to fill your gaps on a miniature. So, till next time.